Everybody, this is Aaron Kasinitz, Baltimore Ravens beat reporter for PennLive.com and the Harrisburg Patriot News. And the Ravens released their schedule along with the rest of the NFL teams on Thursday night. So today we're going to go over it. The NFL released both its preseason and its regular season schedule. The big thing to note, and what we need to talk about first, is that the fact that the coronavirus crisis is not only possible, but it's likely at this point that it will disrupt the NFL season in some way. The league put out a schedule as normal, and it says it's going to go forward. The public, statement from the league is that it's going to continue to prepare to play a normal season that opens in the second week of September, like a typical year, and runs 17 weeks. That's the plan for the NFL as now, and they say they're going to keep trying for it, and then they'll adjust as it comes. ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that the way the schedule falls, the Super Bowl could be pushed back a couple weeks or months, and then the NFL could just slide the entire schedule back. Still play a 17-game schedule like normal in the same order it was announced last night. It would just be things would be pushed back however long that needed to be. So those are some things to keep in mind, but right now it's hard to tell exactly how all those chips will fall. What we do know is what the schedule looks like as it's announced. And we can break down how it looks for the Ravens, and really mostly it looks pretty favorable. We knew before Thursday what teams the Ravens would play, where they would play them. So Thursday was really just about dates, times, locations, that sort of thing. So we knew all along that the Ravens had a favorable schedule. They do not travel very far. They have the shortest travel distance in the NFL. And they have the easiest schedule when it comes to opponents' winning percentage in the NFL, according to ESPN stats and info. Because the Ravens play their cross-conference games, the two NFC East games they play, the two NFC teams that they play on the road are the Redskins and the Eagles. Those are the two shortest distance. Those are the two closest teams to the Ravens in the NFL. So those are really easy trips. Their longest road trip is to Houston in week 2, which that's a really tough game. The Texans, won a couple straight division titles with Deshaun Watson, but then the Ravens don't go any further than Indianapolis. They also play the road division games. They play at New England. So it's no long road trips like they've had in past years. The way the schedule shapes up, the Ravens have a bye in week 8. It's pretty favorable, very close to the middle of the season. But they have a really tough stretch after that bye. A lot of folks know that the week 3 matchup with the Chiefs is, a big one, Monday Night Football, 2 Super Bowl contenders. But a lot of their big games after that Texans-Chiefs week 2, week 3 challenge, a lot of their biggest games then come right after the bye. Their only back-to-back road games on the schedule are directly after the bye. They play at the Colts. They play at the Patriots. And they tied with the NFL high. They tied the NFL high for primetime games on this year's schedule with 5. Because a lot of folks want to watch Lamar Jackson, want to watch the 14-2 Ravens, on prime time. Before those 5 games come in a 5-week stretch between week 10 and 14. So after the bye, the Ravens play at the Colts, and then they play at the Patriots on a Sunday night, and then they play a couple more primetime games, including a Thanksgiving night game against the Steelers. So that's going to be a really tough stretch. If the Ravens can, make it through that stretch all right, if they can maybe win one of those games against the Texans and the Chiefs, make it through that post-bye stretch, they'll have a really good shot to win the division, because their last 4 games are all against teams that won no more than 6 games last year. It's really, really a nice soft landing for the Ravens. They play at the Browns on a Thursday night game. Sure, that'll be tough, but then they host the Jaguars and the Giants, 2 teams who really struggled last year, and then they end the season at Cincinnati. And maybe the Bengals, they're making strides. They drafted Joe Burrow, but remember the Bengals had the worst record in the NFL last year. All 4 of those teams, the Browns, Bengals, Jaguars, and Giants, they went 6-10 or worse last year. So if we get to early December and the Ravens are positioned well to win the AFC North, they're going to have a nice easy track in front of them. That's how the schedule shapes up. We'll see if we get to see football in the fall. But what we know now is that the Ravens do have some good luck with the schedule, particularly there right at the end.